All right, everybody, welcome. It's been a while since we did anything like this and went live or we did a video or whatever. But there's a story from Matthew that has recently just deeply affected me. And I think Justin and I are, I think just there's a lot here that we can unpack for both of us. And it's really kind of interesting. So, Matthew 20, verse 20, this is the laborers in the vineyard. You remember this one? I mean, I can paraphrase this. So the master goes into the vineyard and he says, "Hey," some guy comes up and says, "Hey, I want a job." And he goes, "All right." So like, "Okay, you go and work." And then another guy comes in and works, and it's later in the day. And then the other guy comes in and works, and he goes, he said, and so they went, go out again the 6th hour, the 9th hour, he did the same. And about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing and looking for a job. And so the master says, "Why are you standing around?" What are you standing around for? I love it. You go ahead. Just like, listen, there's only an hour left of work. Go in there and work. So they go in the vineyard. And when the evening came, the owner of the vineyard said unto his foreman, "Call the laborers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last up to the first." And when those hired about the 11th hour came, each of them received a bunch of money, right? As if they had worked the whole day. Now, when the people that started earlier in the day came, they were like, wait a minute, like we started earlier in the day. This is totally jacked up. I love this story. And upon receiving it, they grumbled. They were they were ungrateful for their wages. Now they got there early in the morning and they were working hard all day. And then some jerk comes in later in the day and starts working and gets paid the same amount of money. And they say, "Hey, those only worked 1 hour and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden of the day and the scorching heat." Okay, before I go any further, that is a subtle message from the Bible that says, stop acting like a victim because you worked harder or did more than other people. Guess what? Any of us that are useful have already worked harder or done more than other people. Okay? It's just a given. If you're a follower of Christ and you're doing really good things, then you have done more than other people. Period. That's the way it's always going to be. You want to grumble about it, you're a victim. So what? But there's an investing and a trading lesson in here also that I want to get to. But the master said, "Listen, I'm not." I love these. I love the way it said, "Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree to work for me for a day for the denarius? Like, did you not agree? Take what belongs to you and go." He's not going to hire those people again. Those people aren't coming back. I choose to give this last worker as I give to you. Am I not allowed to do what I choose to do with what belongs to me? Or do you begrudge my generosity? So the last will be first and the first will be last. Okay, there's so many great lessons in here. There's so many great things to unpack. We probably will talk about this a few times. But the biggest lesson for investors, traders, people like me who make their living from trading is this. And for Justin, who's just started on his career as a trader, Justin recently made a trade that turned $600 into $2,200 or about that much. And there might be one of those that comes every 5 or 6 weeks or 7 weeks. You made in 24 hours the same amount of money that you might make in a couple of weeks, like 24 hours or 2 weeks. The world of investing and trading sometimes feels foreign to us, especially those of us like you who have worked hard your whole life and struggled your whole life. It seems foreign to you and it seems odd. And sometimes you even feel a little ashamed or guilty that you're making the kind of money that you're making without working as hard as you've always been working. But here's the deal. You don't have to work that hard. That's not ever part of the investing or trading scheme. It's never part of the agreement. You come at the 11th hour, you work less than everyone else, and you get paid more than everyone else. And I think there's some line we eventually cross where we feel like we deserve it, we feel like we're worth it, and we feel like just because we're supposed to be poor in spirit doesn't mean we're supposed to be poor financially. And you could be rich financially and give most of it away. Go and give everything you have to the poor and follow me. Those are real instructions. But it assumes you had it in the first place to give. Someone's got to have it to give. And it might as well be you and I, or it might as well just be you, someone who would be a good steward of that wealth. And why wouldn't it be important to work less and make more? It is important to work less and make more. There are more important things to do than making money. There are more important things to do than working hard. There are more important things than that. Serving other people or doing a kind thing that no one ever finds out that you did, or treating somebody in a way that you wish that you were treated even though you don't have to do it. Those are all things that you can afford to do or feel like doing when you have a little bit of extra money in your pocket. It's one of my favorite stories. It's one of the favorite things that I return to time and time again. And God bless you all. I'm so grateful for you being here. I'm so grateful for Stephen Ground, who helps me turn these videos into messages. I'm so grateful for Justin, who does work harder than so many other people and puts so much time in and gets up early and stays up late. I went to the office to pick up my new sunglasses yesterday, and he was still at the office. Still at the office at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So my heart goes out to all of you in a time of difficulty or crisis in your life. Let us know how we can help you out. We'll pop up the email address on the screen, rob@wrbooker.com. And Stephen, thanks so much for turning this into a couple of emails for everybody. And I'll see you in the next one.